Fala pessoal, beleza? Espera aí que a câmera tá uma zoada aqui. Beleza. Deu melhora já. Vamos ver se vai resolver agora. Esqueci de olhar, galera. Beleza. Agora sim. Fala galera, beleza? Estamos ao vivo agora com Phantasy Star Online 2. Bora lá? O jogo é em inglês, mas vamos lá. Não é uma missão da história, mas... não é o que eu vou fazer agora. Vamos lá. Agora entrei de vez na... Vamos lá. Vou baixar um pouquinho o som da captura, galera. O jogo tá um pouquinho alto hoje. Vou lembrar desse skill. Tô bem nível alto já. Jogo de força agora. Esperando o Fortnite atualizar. Eu vou pro forte, galera, depois. Opa! Aqui assim, em comparação com o clássico, eu prefiro o clássico, viu? Não curto muito essa versão, não. Tem um boss aqui perto. Eu não sei onde ele tá. Tô ouvindo barulho de boss. Ali, ó. Vamos lá. Ah, não tem ninguém jogando agora, cara. Porque geralmente o povo ficaria pra cá. Então, se você cair, se estiver sozinho, já era, não tem ninguém pra ajudar. Ah, não tem ninguém pra ajudar aqui. Tem Photo Blast inativado ainda. Ouch! Tá difícil aqui, hein? Ô, caramba! Tá tenso, hein? Subiu. Boa. Beleza. Tema do Star.
Good to see ya.
Beleza.
Let's do this again.
Perdeu umas coisinhas. Nossa, mano. Sisteminha clássico do Star, cara.
Thank you very much.
See ya.
Beleza. Esse é o tema do NGS, galera. Eu vou jogar um pouquinho o Fortnite agora, galera. Vamos lá. Esse atualizou esse... Oh, mas... Será que eu atualizo? Falta um minuto pra atualizar. Vamos ver se vai. Agora demora pra atualizar o jogo, mano. Vamos mais, cara. Vai. Os caras precisam jogar é foda, mano. Deixa o saco, cara. Bora, mano. Ah, jogo com o G-Max, então. Beleza, vamos lá. Acho que eu curti pra caramba quando joguei outra vez, cara. Começar com as clássicas, vamos lá. Vamos lá, Super Sonic. Esse cara tem mandado meus vídeos no Kawaii. Ou como sempre essa. Vamos lá. Essa eu curto pra caramba, galera. Caralho, passei perto, mano, de full combo, cara.
어김없이 찾아온 오늘 아침 늘 똑같은 날 I should have made up calling you. You should have make it all the I'm sick of living.
Tema do DJ Max.
지쳐가는 너의 짙은 그리움이 남아 소리 없는 너의 미소는 나를 못 견디게 해 좀 더 가까이 해 시간이 더 흘러가 너를 만난 그 순간을 느낄 수 있어 다시 만날 그 순간도 나는 느낄 수 있어 Glory day, glory light. You are the one, you are the light. Glory day, glory light. The only one, the only
Beleza. Vamos ver se... Caramba, demora pra atualizar essa porcaria desse Fortnite, mano. Se fosse o Switch, já estaria atualizado já esse jogo. Tá, eu vou fechar aqui ele. DJ Max. Peraí, galera, eu vou pôr o Switch, vai. Oh, tá foda, mano. Beleza. Caramba. Os dois atualizando, cara. Nossa, mano, é foda, hein, cara. Hoje tá difícil jogar as coisas aqui, hein? Tá difícil jogar as coisas aqui. Pelo menos o Switch não tem etapa de instalação. Software. Vou umas coisinhas aqui. Rapidinho, galera, já volto pro Fortnite já. Caramba, que saco, cara. Aí é foda, hein? Deixa eu ver o... Foda hoje. Porra. Foda hoje. Galera, eu vou fazer assim. Vou assistir umas coisinhas na internet aí. Depois a gente joga Fortnite, então. Beleza. Vamos ver um pouquinho de Electro Boom. Melhor.
Hi, look what I've got. Two 6,000 watts outdoor infrared heaters, one from Infratech and one from Bromic. And I'm gonna tear them apart and understand their differences. Well, see, Infratech saw my previous videos where I installed one of their heaters and decided to sponsor this video and have me compare the two brands. So I assume they think I'm very knowledgeable around heaters, which means they haven't seen my video making a seat warmer. Where the f is it? Good. But anyway, I told them if I'm comparing two brands, I have to be fair. I can't be paid to knock down one brand against the other. I have responsibility to my viewers. I have integrity. To which they said, oh, do you? Just kidding, they didn't say that. But they said, well, we do want a fair comparison too, so do as you wish. But what if you pay me and I figure your product is not better? We are confident you'll find it better. Oh, will I? Okay, let's do it. I warned you. So there we are, two heaters, which are basically two giant resistors getting hot. I mean, how different can two resistors be anyway? For the love of God, they shipped it to Medhi. Nice packaging. Oh my God, I was just gonna grab this and pull it out. I think these long things are the heating elements. They're fragile.
Ó, galera.
There we
Olha
have
o
it.
negócio.
I thought it would be matte black, but it's a little lighter, and there's a grill in front of it, and the reflector behind it, if you can see, is covered in a little bit of white dust that is probably coming from the insulation material. You have to wipe it off. Remove the front cover of the heater. How? Oh, screws.
Ah,
Reflector. You want to maximize the reflection. Now that we have the heater open, I bought this tool that can help me find the profile of corners and stuff. What I like to do is to get a profile of the reflector and transfer it on a piece of paper. Wires look nice. Now I need to pick up the elements. I think I need gloves. There we are. This is the scary part. Taking the element out. There we are. It is basically made of quartz with tungsten filament inside of it. I feel like I may break it any time now. Please don't break. What? It's longer than the frame? They didn't make it any easier. Okay.
Vamos ver outro vídeo aqui pra assistir. Não tá na hora. Acho legal as compilações engraçadas dele.
Hi, I'm stuck at home, bored out of my brain, and for future people who are watching this video, it's during 2020 pandemic and everyone is stuck at home trying to flatten the curve. So I was just looking at these flames and thought to myself, is this a microphone? To give you a very mild one. Yeah, it's more of a surprise, otherwise, it's not too bad. It's just shocking. I just hook it up to the camera and see what happens.
Hello, you hear me now? Yoo-hoo! See, it is clearly working now.
That's not all. They are trying to kill us slowly by excessive radiations. The best solution to that is to stay inside because your home walls, filter radiation to a big extent. And it also helps with the current pandemic, so stay home. It smells like bleach. Shouldn't have put salt in it. Ooh. A load is connected between... Damn it! And if you don't know how to use them, it will convert the energy into heat. Inductors store energy in the form of magnetic fields. Oh, and yeah, I guess every wire has a resistance too. 15,000 volts? He promised 10,000 volts. He's over-delivering. Look at those arcs. Damn, let's do it. Tie its input. Dummy.
Ele é muito engraçado,
Always
meu.
wire up
Electro
before
muito
powering
foda,
your
cara.
circuit. Should be able to turn it on. Okay. Well, we can't cover all the wires. We need to measure them. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Makes you wonder why the fuse went to start with. Oh, oh, come on. My ballast is gone. Well.
Ai, caralho.
What happened? I think the unloaded voltage is too high and the circuit blows up. And nothing. Why am I always stuck in such a horrible situation? Oh, look at that. There is a very tiny arc to some of the pins. Maybe I picked the wrong primary. Maybe I should go with the smaller inductances. Well, I accidentally disconnected the load and blew up my second ballast too, so down to the third one. I can see smoke rising from my finger. So it just burns, This. Which is disappointing as f. Maybe Jay's ballast is stronger. This is warm. Fine. Ah! It just burns. Cycling. Ow, so bright. I don't think my capacitor could handle 120 volt peaks. Well, let's just do without the capacitor for now. Do not plug that in. It works, guys. I don't get it. What's wrong here? Yeah, I remember this one. This is me. Ouch. You see? Ouch. You see?
Bridge.
Ouch. You see?
Bridge.
Não!
You see?
Bridge.
Ouch. You see?
Bridge.
What the f? Spent? Yeah, they delay me. Sorry. What's going on, boys? Holy sh! Screen. More. What the f was I measuring? These ones have cameras on them. No! In and put it. This is
Mano, é
dangerous.
muito engraçado o Electroboom, cara. Os caras me deram compilação, mano.
Let's not.
Don't.
Power supply I got to use with my breadboard. Pretty convenient. Power it up, and there, LEDs start blinking. Now I can even add a relay to the circuit and switch AC with it, like lamps. Okay, I put the lamp and circuit together, and if I plug it in, initially the lights will be off. Or on? I guess if I turn on the circuit, it
Agora veio.
disconnects something. Circuit it. Or on? Initially the lights will be off. Or on?
Da hora,
turn on the
você não
circuit.
sabe. O que aconteceu, mano?
Did I misconnect something? My bar for a functioning circuit is pretty low. Let's press the switch. No. It's working. And done. Okay, turn it on. Okay. Are you afraid? Me? No, I'm not. Ah, you little. It should be around, I don't know,
É muito da hora, mano.
6 kilovolts. Oh, holy shit, what's going on? Oh, no. Come on, turn off. My alarm is gonna sound. No!
Foi o que você não deve fazer. Foi desconectar o alarme.
What's going on? Oh, it's arcing to itself. Hey, wait! Oh, jeez. Yeah, never mind. It seems my wire was too close to the core and it was arcing from the wire to the core. It scared the shit out of me. Well, it fell. Ow! Okay. Why is it falling? Okay, just hand. Ow! Ah, ow! Got you. Ow! Ow! Does it really matter if it is positive? Ow! Ah! Forgot to disconnect myself before turning off the power supply. Using my circuit that creates. Should just take a moment. What the f? Handle the high voltage at all. What is that? Yay! This is interesting. See, the charges are flying over air due to corona discharge, charging the capacitor enough for it to break down and repeat periodically. Yeah, yeah.
Assustado.
Voltage output.
Cadê voando?
What's going on? Voltage output. What's going on?
Ai, caramba, é muito engraçado, mano.
Hey! And what the hell? Ah, there you go.
Dá uma porrada.
Oh. What the hell? What's going on? Hey!
Tá de uma tesoura.
What the hell?
Esse é da hora, mano.
This burned, but my breaker didn't pop. Wish me luck. Oh, we are. Let's
Ai,
see.
caramba.
Oh, jeez. It started burning in the water.
Na água, mano.
What's going on? Someone is not happy down there. So strong. Ow! It burned my finger. Ow! Ow! There's almost no wind. Ow!
Caramba.
Can't heat it up at all. Oh, to see if it expands. Ready? Oh, it was threaded. Still need to open this part though. Ah! Manuals are for Let's give it a try. Ouch!
Realized he had up and put a lot of diodes backwards.
Ouch! Buddy. Ouch! Jeez, this capacitor's whole charge. I have to turn this off. Ouch! What the? Ow! Ow! What's going on? I can't turn off the... Why is it shocking me? And it's finally done! Cue the belt finish music. 20 degrees out or 180 degrees out? Let's check. Let's check. Oh, piece of the wire should be down here. I'll try to pull it out before it burns anything. Here, I found a wire and pulled it out of the ceiling. I think I need to do something about it. I wish I know which fuse was connected to this guy. Outlet, I can pull it. Outlet, I can pull it back a little bit and expose the high voltage lines. Let's see what voltage we. Ow! What the f was that? Do it. Look, let's check this pipe. Ow! Okay, let's check the toaster. Ow! It's not grounded either.
Dá de vídeo dele.
Hi, I spent the New Year countdown in the dark because there was a power outage and half the city was out. I finally thought of a solution though, but 2016 was already gone. See, I have this power inverter for use in a car. You connect it to your cigarette lighter or directly to the 12-volt battery and it generates AC output, so you can use it to power your stuff at home. You can't drive your car into your home, but you might have a battery-operated drill that runs on a 12-volt or 14-volt battery. Then you're set. Let's connect it up. Oop, I probably connected backwards. My luck is I never connected right the first time. No, it doesn't work? Are you kidding me? Not only it's completely broken, its 50 amp fuse is blown. Who designed this shit? Reverse polarity protection relying on a 50 amp fuse to blow? Seriously? It's like cutting your dick to prevent pregnancy. And now if I connect my mushy multimeter to the input terminals of the inverter in reverse, I can clearly see that there is a diode drop voltage across the terminals. This is the circuit they have. If we connect the battery here, the current goes through the fuse here and powers the circuit here. But if we connect the battery backwards like this, then the diode forward biases and there is a huge current through the fuse that blows the fuse, and it can't even protect the circuit here. Even their data sheet says reverse polarity connection will result in a blown fuse and may cause permanent damage to the inverter. Absolute garbage. Well, this is bullshit. Now I have to buy a new inverter. This wasn't even the focus. Okay, let's see. Is there anything on sale? Let me test a couple of these and see if it has the same crap circuit. Huh, this one has a diode drop too. Wow, even the cat has the same crappy protection. Seems like the same person designed all of them. I'll just get the cheapest one. Dear inverter designers, this is the circuit you need. Keep your fuse, change your diode to a TVS diode, and use a MOSFET in this configuration for reverse polarity protection. Anyway, I have my drill battery and I have hooked up my Moshe meter so we can measure the current and voltage on my phone. Now we connect the battery and turn on the inverter. Here we go. We have around 5 amps from the battery at 12 volts, which draws 60 watts from the battery. This is good, but it drains my puny drill battery quickly. So instead, I can use an LED light, and you see it only draws 1 amp or 12 watts from the battery. So this is gonna last much longer and provides the same brightness. Now I like to plug my inverter into the outlet of my house so I can power more things. And for that, I made this harness that you can plug to both sides. First, you plug it to the inverter. Anytime you connect a power harness, connect it to your load side first so you wouldn't short your power supply or shock yourself. This is probably the most stupid harness one can make because it exposes high voltage on both sides, so don't make it. Let's very carefully plug it in. Yes, we have to make sure our load is not powered from a different source, like the city power. The issue is that although both these sources are 120 volt AC, they are different in many ways. The yellow sine wave is the city voltage and the green wave is the output of the inverter. You can see that they don't have the same shape, they are not in phase or even have the same frequency, so connecting them together shorts their voltages badly. So in order for me to power a room from a plug, I have to disconnect the main power and some heavy loads like the washer and the fridge because my inverter cannot take that much power. Actually, that's pretty dumb. It's better and easier if I just disconnect that specific room, which I believe is breaker number 3. Now we can safely plug them in. Apparently it was breaker number 2. Always make sure you open the correct breaker by connecting a light or something into the plug. But here's a redneck way of knowing which one is the correct breaker. Just short the plug in question and the correct breaker opens. Don't do it. One last try. There, it's working. 2 lights, my phone, all working. One thing you should realize is that your phone line or internet doesn't disconnect when there is a power outage. So this way you can bring them back. Oh, now my inverter is complaining. The problem is that my puny drill battery can't last for long. But if you have one of these larger batteries, like this one for example, that has 7.2 amp hours, it will last for much longer. Let's turn on the TV by my inverter and measure the current. It is drawing 16 amps from 12 volts, so it is around 200 watts. My battery is 7.2 amp hours, and drawing 16 amps from it will shorten its life quicker. We need a car battery. With this, I plug the entire setup into my inverter. The TV, digital box, my phone, the radio, and even the light. The setup is drawing around 22 amps from the battery, and my battery is around 75 amp hours, which means it will last for more than 3 hours. So I'm set. Okay, let's return the battery. Let's try it. You know, there are these things called UPS or uninterruptible power supply that output AC, have their own battery and charge it too. Maybe they are worth the investment. Giveaway time! You know, this Mushi meter has become increasingly heavy.
Ah, caramba.
Shorter it starts going. Yes, there it is. Now it works. Died again. What's going on there? Something. Ow! Stupid little. I think the capacitor is loading the output voltage and reducing it, so I have to bring the contacts further close. Ow! Shit! Ow! Never rely on the wire coating. Very high voltage easily breaks through it. Ouch! I zapped myself. See, we can make this, plug it in, and put it.
Whoa!
This is
There
dangerous
you
as.
go.
It scared the out of me. Well, it failed. Ow! 5 to 6 kilovolts. Oh, holy shit! What's going on? Oh no! Come on, turn off. My alarm is gonna sound. No! Should pop right away. No. Oh. Or on? Try. Don't have much hair, but look at with the LED lights because they hell LEDs to be dimmable, and this takes the credit. What the hell LEDs and pull it out. Ow! Wire is neutral, and that's where you would be connecting your probe ground. The white wire was neutral. I connected it backward. A pretty harmless voltage. Because they load the circuit and lower the voltage. The series. Remember, even after disconnecting the supply, the capacitors still hold charge. Even shorter, but much more current. And at the input, much. Well, you get the point. Let me see if I can charge my body. Put my legs up. Oh, I can feel my hair rising. Ow! Something zapped me right in the ass. And here I have the CD power line. Both of them are exactly at 120 volt AC. And that's why you don't try that at home. Right now I have rectified the two sources with a diode and capacitor, and we can easily connect them together. Yes, we need to make sure they are the same voltage level and the same polarity, of course. DC, all we need to do is to connect the capacitor across the loop. Always pick a properly rated capacitor for your voltages, and instead increase the supercharged speed. That way, anywhere we have a moment, we can get a significant charge, like behind a red light or in a charging lane. And I have a foot switch that applies the 120 volt to my valve, like this. What the f? Oh, I f up. This is the 12 volt DC version. Okay. All the booger water is collected. Oh, f there's no drain. Ah, sh We put our pot on the oven and set this to high, and it's on. Who turned this on? Now we. Ow! Ow. It's okay, these are just fingers. 10 of these. I've had for 2 years. Feels. Feels like somebody's slapping me hard every second. Imagine if I change the frequency to 1 kilohertz, I'll be slapped 1,000 times a second. Pretty painful and damaging, so be careful. Well, before completely dismantling the circuit, let's see what kind of pulses we should be making. Well, we should definitely disconnect the tower. Okay. It's done. But before hooking it up to the circuit, let me probe different stages of the circuit to show you how the signal is processed through different. Okay, everything is hooked up and ready to go. Hello? Wow! Hello? Wow! Well, the laptop screen was jumping around too. I think it's a little bit too sensitive. I have to adjust it. Hello, 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 hello. Do you hear me? Hello? 1, 2, 3, 4. Said I love you, but I lie. This is more the love I feel inside. Let's let's try. What the are you doing?
Who the hell are you?
I was just passing by. I think I'm lost.
Dude, this is my bedroom. Honey, did you leave the door open again?
It's okay, I'll show myself out. What kind of fetish were you performing?
Get out!
Okay.
Imbeciles.
That wasn't the outlet breaker. The whole washroom breaker popped.
It has a DC motor and 2 AA batteries, and by pressing the button it works. Never run motors when they're loose.
Okay, here we go. Just add some water and some toothpaste.
Oh my god!
Vamos ver aqui. Ah, da hora.
Hi, I want to make a mobile charger for my mobile phone. See, my cell phone doesn't hold charge for too long, and it usually dies right when there is no charger available and I'm in the middle of sending an important text and everyone is waiting for my answer and BAM! It's gone. I have to wait for half an hour before I can get off the stupid bus and get into the office to realize they made a decision without me. Again! Now, there is actually a product out there which is basically a backup battery where you can plug your cell phone into and charge it. You have to always keep this battery charged and carry it around with you at all times in case you need to use it. For God's sake, if I had the discipline to charge another battery and carry it around with me at all times, I would just keep my cell phone battery charged.
So I decided to make my own hand crank battery charger, but I didn't want to make a product from scratch, so I decided to use my hand crank flashlight. But I wanted to keep this one, so I went out to buy a new one and soon realized that this thing has become a rarity around here. All I could find was this little piggy flashlight from Looney Store. But right when my daughter realized what I was gonna do to it, she said,
Dad, why do you want to kill this thing? It still works good. This is just a piece of junk.
Filha dele.
this thing is so low quality, I get to keep it. Yay! But I'm not gonna use it anyways. The little piggy won't be able to provide enough juice. So I open my good flashlight here. You can see there is a dynamo and the voltage it creates goes to the full bridge rectifier right here. And the voltage is later used to charge this tiny battery as well as powering the LEDs. This battery is 3.6 volts. Having it on the circuit will limit the output voltage to charge the cell phone, which needs 5 volts. So I'll have to take it out. I have the charger cable for my phone, which I'll cut open. And then I simply connect the positive and negative lines to the output of the full bridge rectifier. The output voltage of the rectifier is not regulated, but I measured once that the cell phone requires somewhere between 300 to 500 milliamp of current for charging. And I don't expect this flashlight to be able to output that much current. So as soon as the cell phone draws the charging current, the output voltage of the rectifier will be limited below 5 volts. So it kind of self-regulates. Let's give it a try. There we go, the charger LED is on. Now it's off. Turning much harder now. Oh no. I killed the phone.
Did you say you killed your phone?
No,
Did you? Damn it, Mehdi. How much do we have to pay for your f***ups?
I was just making a
And
video.
all for your stupid videos and for what? Read comments all day and giggle? $500 is a lot of money. Who's gonna pay for that? Your comments?
Probably nothing, I'll fix it myself.
Yeah, it will end up in the pile of things to be fixed. Don't you think I know your routine by now? God, what did I ever see?
Yeah, I made a horrible assumption. See, the cell phone started charging and drew current. But then because the charging voltage wasn't stable enough, the cell phone disabled charging. And without any current from the charger, the stupid voltage jumped to something like 20 volts or higher and fried the charging circuit short. I guess I'll fix that later. What I need is an efficient 5 volt regulator to add to the output of the bridge rectifier, which is nothing but a DC to DC switching regulator. Here is a typical circuit of a buck regulator. Fortunately, there are broken prototype boards at work I can cut a regulator from.
Here we go. Now I soldered the regulator to my charger and it's done. Let's check the output voltage. See, a nice 5 volts regulated output. Such an idiot, should have done it from the beginning. Since I don't have a phone anymore, I borrowed an old iPhone from my beloved mother-in-law. I'm gonna try to charge this one. Now I have to cut the charger cable again and solder these to the output of my regulator. Let's start cranking. It's not charging. What's wrong? Apparently with iPhones, you also need to bias the USB data lines to somewhere around 2 volts. I just need some resistors. I decided to cut a USB extension cord so that I can plug anything to my charger. Let's cut it. I soldered the connector and the resistors to my regulator. Now we just shove in and hot glue everything in place. And voila! I have a flashlight with a USB charger. Let's try to charge again. Hey, it's charging now. Now let's try my wife's new iPhone. Let's try it out. It's working! Can it charge a GoPro? Let's try it. Oh yeah, it charges everything. It's a universal flashlight and charger. You can take camping with you. I'm a genius. It only took me 1 cell phone and 2 charger cables to make this. Oh. If you need your hands free to use your phone, you can use your kit. Here you go. Crank away.
Ai, fodeu.
Why did you plug it here?
Ai, cara. Tá bom demais, mano.
Hi, do you remember when I broke my cell phone by my homemade hand cranked charger? Turning much harder now. Oh no. Now I want to fix my phone. My suspicion is that I blew up the chip that's responsible for charging and monitoring the battery. And cell phones are generally so compact that I really have little hope of fixing it. But I have the following plan. Open the cell phone without breaking anything. Where the are those Phillips screws? Try to turn it on and retrieve all the data available. Find and identify the broken chip. Order new part and replace it. Put the phone back together and it would work like a charm. Alas, reality is much too far from fiction. I have little hope. How do you open this thing anyways? This phone just opens with brute force. I'm well familiar with that. Let's do it. Whoa, everything is well glued in here, even the battery. It's like performing a brain surgery on someone who had a fatal stroke. You know there is no chance of survival, but you want to open the head because you like to see the human brain. You sicken me.
Caramba.
By the way, have you ever had a brain sandwich? The texture is kind of like booger, but the taste is out of this world. Let's check the battery. The label says it's 3.8 volts. Okay, it's not dead, but it's undercharged. It can't turn on the cell phone, and I can't charge it either. So I'm going to solder some wires to the power lines and power it from my power supply. There is no room for error here, and I have to connect everything back together. Can you imagine? First connector, fourth connector, fifth connector, seventh connector. I set my power supply to 4.2 volts, so my cell phone thinks it's a charged battery. Oh boy, time to connect it up. Ready? Oh, look at that. It's drawing 1 amp from my power supply. Obviously something is shorted in there. Have to open it up again. Did you know that you could check some things beforehand so you wouldn't have to go through trouble of putting everything together? Now if something is shorted and draws a lot of current, it gets quite hot. So it's easy to find it by tracing the source. You could either touch all the components and find the source painfully, or you can say hello to my little friend. Oh, too close? It's a Seek thermal camera. It's actually pretty cool. You plug it into your smartphone and it shows you a thermal image of everything that's in front of it. So I'm going to connect my motherboard to the power supply again and look at it with my thermal camera. Looking at the thermal image, you can see that this side of the board is getting quite hot. Which is something under this shield. Feels like I'm just digging a deeper grave. Look at this, it's like the entire city of New York in here. Let's see if my thermal camera can figure out what's broken. Obviously the heat is coming from that corner of the board. I wonder what it is. How hot is it? Wow, 135 degrees Celsius? So this black chip is broken, and judging by the number of inductors around it, I assume it's the main power supply for the board. I took this picture, zoomed and enhanced. It's quite easy to remove the broken chip using my trusty hot air station. It has a hot air gun that blows very hot air. That's why I called it the Trump. Trump seems to be blowing pretty hard now. Stupid Trump. And the chip easily comes off. Trump seems to be blowing pretty hard now. Stupid Trump. And the chip easily comes off. Wow. Just look at this. I checked online and this part is not easily available in single quantities. It's a magical part. It has 16 different regulators, a battery charger and a bunch of other circuits. In 5mm by 5mm area, it packs 155 pins under the BGA package. BGA stands for Barrel Grid Array, and it yells there's no way I can change it at home. I would try it though, but I guess at some point you have to cut your losses and move on. This is gone. But maybe I can salvage something. Oh, I know.
Hi, today I'd like to make a robot. The first thing you have to do is break your dad's toothbrush. And this is what we need. A toothbrush, a cell phone vibrator, a coin cell battery, a switch, and some wires. A cell phone vibrator is a DC motor with imbalanced load. When it turns, it shakes and vibrates. You need to connect things together like this. Have an adult to help you put things together.
Is that my toothbrush?
Focus!
Okay.
And now we'll hot glue the circuit onto the back of the toothbrush.
Ow!
Don't be a baby. And now turn it on.
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
You know it.
You call this a robot?
It's much better than the cell phone you fixed.
True.
Ai, carai. Esse é legal, mano.
Hi, my laptop of 7 years just went vamoose. I bet it had a fine print saying only good for the period of Obama's presidency. Gonna miss them both. It was the only computer I had for so long. Please respond or I'll get rid of you. Well, yeah, I had a desktop a while back, but I swear it was only a printer server and it meant nothing more. And now with the laptop gone, I can't even edit this video. So I'll have to fix it. You see, it's only half dead. The issue is that the cooling fan doesn't turn at all. The CPU heats up after a couple of minutes and shuts down, so I have to dissect it. Here I'm jumping forward to an important point and I'll jump back later. I have opened my laptop and the problem was something I totally ignored, although the signs were obvious. My laptop has been overheating and shutting down for a while now, and I blamed it on summer and global warming. Where in fact the air channel was totally blocked with dust and lint and shit. Eventually the fan heated up so much it died. The cooling fan constantly sucks dust in, and over years the air channel will block. Now you don't need to dissect your laptop to clean it. I have invented a method called vacuumer involving a vacuum cleaner and a piece of paper. Patent pending.
In a laptop, there is usually one fan that sucks the air in from the bottom and pushes it out from the side. So you have to suck the air backwards to get the crap out. But the vacuum cleaner hole is usually smaller than the intake of the fan and doesn't seal and suck well. Take a piece of paper and make a hole in it smaller than the hole of the vacuum cleaner. Put the vacuum cleaner hose on the paper on the intake of the fan and turn the vacuum on. The paper will create a very good seal. Do this for a minute or two and the air path is cleaned. When you see your computer is working kind of glitchy or intermittent or shuts down randomly, the CPU might be overheating and need cleaning. Now back to the beginning. Welcome back. Now to open your laptop, first you have to remove the power cord and the battery. Release the magazine and pull the slide a couple of times to make sure there is no battery left in the battle. Now you open the rim. I think I have to open some screws. Hopefully as little as possible. Here is the fan. You have to disconnect like 100 connectors to get to it. Some of them like this one you just pull out carefully. And the other ones like this have a locking mechanism that you have to open first and then pull out the flat cable. If you think you can get away with not opening one screw, you are wrong. All the 100 must go on the ground. Every laptop can have a different problem, but in many cases the monitor, camera or microphone malfunction, and it's usually because of the signal cable that runs through the monitor hinge. It can break easily as it's constantly under stress. And trust me, I've tried, you cannot reliably fix this cable unless you never close your monitor. You better buy a new cable or computer. In some other cases, your connectors like USB could have been broken off the board, and usually you can solder them back on the board. And here is the cooling system responsible for cooling the system. Here I took the fan out and accidentally broke two of its blades. It's a 5-volt fan, so I'll connect it to my 5-volt supply. And it doesn't turn, so fortunately the problem is the fan, not the motherboard. Let's tear it apart. These blades are super fragile. You can see here that this is the magnet in the rotor, and these are the electromagnets that turn the fan. And the control circuit is somewhere under that PCBA. Never mind, it's broken anyways. Well, I fixed it. I fixed it. Even I am often surprised by the extent of my genius. I think a combination of heat and vibration over years broke a trace or wire in the fan, and wiggling it reconnected that broken trace. I guess now I'll put it back. It might work for another year, or it may fail tomorrow. But the blades are broken. If I break two opposite blades, then it will balance. Wrong too. There you go. Good as new. But then it won't cool well. It might work though. But what if it shorts the motherboard and kills it? Ah, fine. The part number of the fan is written on its label, and fortunately eBay has mine for $8 and it will be delivered in a month? What, I can't live without a computer for a month? What am I, a savage?
If you hadn't wasted your laptop on your stupid videos, it wouldn't die.
What are you talking about? I have a lot of viewers and good fans.
Why won't you shove one of your fans in your laptop and fix it?
You're good.
Shut up.
I know what to do. I'll first put the laptop together somehow. Oh, I know. I recorded everything, so I'll just retrace my steps. And done. There is usually some excess screws that you can vacuum. Now to make my laptop work while I'm waiting for my new fan to come in, I externally attach a 12-volt fan to it, place it on the intake with the fan blowing towards the laptop, and I hot glue it in place. And I power it from my trusty power supply, and voila, good as new. Now to improve the airflow, it's better to raise the laptop. Don't put your hand in a running fan.
Giveaway time.
Every day, millions. Any conductor like your body has parasitic capacitances to the environment. Trying to focus. Yeah! 1 million subscribers! To heaven. This
Yes, you have led an honest life. Have been good to your neighbors. Fine, I don't know why they call it a Jacob's ladder, and I don't care. We need high voltage, and I can create it with my microwave oven transformer. It creates over 2000 volts. Now we need to shape 2 wires and connect them to the transformer. Hey, I just came back from future to warn you one last time. You are banned to do this high voltage experiment at home. It is more dangerous than having an agitated cobra around your neck. At least the venom takes a while to kill you, but this doesn't. In a Jacob's ladder, we have 2 wires like this connected to high voltage. The arc is created from the shortest gap and rises all the way up. The reason is that the arc is hot, so the hot air pushes the arc up. I connected my wires to the transformer so we can see the arc. Oh, I think the gap between the wires is a little bit too wide for the 2 kilovolt to jump across. Ow! Almost killed myself. But I was saved with sheer luck. See, my right hand touched the wire first, which shocked me back to my senses. If both my hands touched the wires at the same time, now you would be watching a few hours of my corpse cooking to perfection. I'm pretty sure that doesn't meet YouTube guidelines either. Maybe I could have posted on LiveLeak. So never get too comfortable around high voltage and always wear protective gear. See, even though only one hand was touching the wire, unfortunately I wasn't touching earth or any other conductive surfaces, it still zapped me. Always remember, any conductor like your body has parasitic capacitances to the environment. So if the voltage is high enough, there will be high enough currents to zap you. Let me show you. See, this probe is not connected anywhere. But when I bring it close to this wire, it'll arc. You hear it? Maybe if I make the room dark, you can't even see the arcs. You see them? The probe is still not connected anywhere. If it was, the arcs would be huge. For around 2 kilovolts, I need around 1 millimeter for the arc to jump. Anyways, for around 2 kilovolts, I need around 1 millimeter of air gap for the arc to jump. Let's try it. My puny wires melted. I need thicker wires like this so they won't melt. Let's give it a try. Come on. The breaker popped. Come on. The breaker popped. Damn it, I just want to celebrate. Apparently the 1 millimeter air gap is too short for the arc to rise. I need to widen the gap. But then that means that I have to have much higher voltage, which I could make using a simple circuit like this to increase the output voltage peak to double. The problem is that the capacitor I scavenged from my microwave oven is broken, and all I have are these 100 picofarad high voltage capacitors, which limit the output power a lot. Let me show you. Here I have a single capacitor series with my power supply, and you can see that around 1 millimeter the arcs start jumping. Now all I did is that I added the diode I talked about earlier, and we can see that the arcs can jump from a much further distance. This is too weak for Jacob's ladder though, because as soon as I open the gap it stops going. We need more power to be able to stretch the arcs, see? For a wider arc, we need more power to create and maintain a longer ionized air channel. So I guess I can keep the gap wide and then stretch an arc across it manually like this. It's a manual Jacob's ladder. I think it still needs more pizzazz. What if I put a capacitor between the rods so that when the arcs reach them, the capacitor blows up for some firework effects? Here's the capacitor. Ready? Oh, the capacitor legs melted, but the capacitor didn't blow up? Is anything gonna work today? So much power melted the legs, but the capacitor is not even bulged. Let me check something. That's why. It seems like the high voltage dead shorted the capacitor internally before it even had a chance to heat up and blow up. Worst celebration candle ever. Hey, what if I put some matches between them so at least they set on fire? I'm holding a match there. Let's give it a try. Whoa, 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 whoa! Breaker.
Adesso sto matko Cooper.
Breaker. Fire. Fire creates plasma. Let me introduce you to fire. We don't need high voltage after all. Breaker. And what if I add some sparklers to it? It's getting there. Oh my god! Oh.
Esse é da hora, mano.
Yay! Let's make it fancier. I designed a stand for my fancy Jacob's ladder and I'll print it. So I'll be giving away this Lolsbot Mini 3D printer. It's a pretty solid printer. I've had it for over a year now and printed a few things with it. Very useful tool to have. It is a two-piece part which I'll glue together like this. And I'll drill the burrs out of the holes. And so we have a shrine. I leave a link to the 3D model in my website in case you need it for spiritual reasons. Of course you didn't think I was gonna use these tiny sparklers, eh? Say hello to my 28-inch sparkler. Put them in. Let's add a bunch of more tiny sparklers to it. Let's start the mayhem. The hell? The hell? Why bad things happen to good people? Come on.
Oh.
Ooh. Thanks to my flimsy wire connections to the transformer that fell off quickly, I only sustained some third-degree burns. My stupid long sparklers made my structure top-heavy, which of all people fell right on top of me. I leave a bunch of safety tips on my website, but such experiments are not worth dying for, so don't do it. Let's just celebrate like normal people with oversized sparklers. Yay! Subscribers, and hopefully I'll survive another million too. And to show my appreciation to everyone who made this happen, I thought giving away a few 3D printers is in order.
Pessoal, projeção, viu? Amanhã não tem live, na sexta-feira vai ter, às 8 da noite. Falou, galera, até sexta.